Welcome to another inspiring episode of the Elite Expert Insider Podcast. Hosts Melanie Johnson and Jen Foster are the owners of Elite Online Publishing. They're both Wall Street Journal, USA Today best-selling authors. We're really glad you're here because this podcast was designed for you. Meet industry experts that share their secrets and strategies. Get successful results for your business in money, relationships, health, and your life. Each episode is going to inspire you to take action towards reaching your greatness.
Hey everyone, welcome to our podcast. We hope you're having a super fantastic day today, and hopefully we can make it even a little better. I'm here with my business partner of Elite Online Publishing, Jenn Foster. Hey Jen, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How's everyone doing today?
I hope you're doing wonderful. So today we're going to have Jen and I on, and we want to talk about innovation. So if you're not innovating in your personal life, your business, and your family life, you're going to be left behind. So we're going to talk about tips, tricks, things that are happening in the industry, things that are happening in our industry, things you can incorporate into your everyday life just to stay on top of innovation. So here we go. So Jen, let's talk about, AI has been all the buzz, right? What is AI? Artificial intelligence, Chat GPT. It's changing everything. So we're going to suggest, how do you integrate? We've asked our staff, we've asked each other, how do we integrate Chat GPT into our systems, into our life to make our life easier in different ways that we can use it? So Jen, what are the couple ways that you have found that you've been able to use Chat GPT? I know you've done children's books with it, with different AI.
Yeah, so that the artificial intelligence world is pretty crazy out there, and we've tried to be the ones who stay on top of it. So there's a tool out there, and we've been looking at all AI or any website that starts with IO. We look at it all the time. So for over a year now, we've been using a company or a website called Jasper. They were called a couple of different things, but now it's called Jasper.ai, which has helped us in a lot of writing in emails, blog posts, all sorts of different writing tools. Artificial intelligence that will help you. So in December last year, Chat GPT came out, and a lot of people don't know what that is, but it's an open source. Open source means that it's free to use for everyone, and it's open AI, open artificial intelligence. And so you can go to or search Chat GPT, and it will come up with a website that you can enter in a prompt, and that prompt will give you whatever you want. So you can ask it to write something for you. You can ask it to brainstorm. You can explain something. So I've seen people who will just say, well, I want to learn about, I don't even know, like physics or something, right? And you can ask it and it will tell you, and then you can deep dive into that subject. So I've heard of so many people to learn, not using it to write things for them or to cheat on an essay in high school or something, right? So there's all different ways to use it, but we have been utilizing it to help us to better the ways that we work with our authors, right? So I've been using it to help me to write different email subject lines. I've been using it to help to expand or to make a paragraph better. And then in the last probably, I guess since December, I've been using it to help me write some children's books. So I have published some children's fact books, animal fact books, and I've been publishing under my maiden name, Jenny Schreiber. And so I've been just having fun. And I used to make these children's books using Wikipedia as my source for getting the facts. And now I just ask ChatGPT to give me the facts. And then once I have the facts, then of course I'm going to edit those. I'm not going to use exactly the words that they give me, because even though I ask it to write a sentence for a first grader to understand, it still is, it's too many words. So I just definitely change what they give me. So I love how AI has tools, but I love how we can humanize it and actually edit it and make it our own, and not just do word for word what the artificial intelligence tells you to use.
Let's break this down a little bit so really you can make it simple a little bit. So some of our favorite tools are Jasper, Chat GPT, and there's another one I think is called Wordsmith,
and Write AI.
Yeah, and write AI that are our favorites. So some of the things you can do this, let's just say in those particular ones, you can write an email to someone. Like if you're doing email campaigns or you're writing an email, one example I have is the email I was writing. It was to a person who is a public figure. So I had it written in his voice. So think about it. You can write it in anybody's voice. So it's kind of fun to play around and say, write this you can do social media posts, you can do essays, you can write chapters of books, you can write emails. So you can put different people's tones of voice and you can monkey around with that. And you can see how it changes it. And then grab that context and then you can edit it to make it your own. Is really fun to use it to do that. So those are sources that we use that you can input. It'll ask you, the tone of voice you want. You could even say friendly. You could even say witty. You can say professional. So those are kind of some of the insights of what you can do to do that with it. And then utilize this. It's a shortcut to make the process quicker, faster, because sometimes we have to admit all of us are brain dead, right? How do we get to do this? What do we do? And you can even use it with your family. Geez, on ChatGPT, what's the best way to talk to a teenager about getting them motivated? What are the top ways to solve depression? What are the top ways? And it curates, instead of you going through website after website after website, it curates that all for you in one place. So you can make your life easier and your business easier. And what we suggest is go through each phase of your business. So whether it's deliverables to a client, what's the first thing that we deliver to a client? Okay, how can we use AI to streamline that process, make it quicker, faster, and better for the client delivery service? So think of it when you break it down each way like that. I think it's good. And then, Jen, did you have a comment? I'm sorry.
So I had a comment about the AI tool that I also like is called Quick Write. And there's a link on our partners page on our website. If you go to Elite Online Publishing, that you can go to Quick Write. And that has helped a lot of our authors to help write the story that they want to write.
Yeah, so take the resources that we just talked about. Jenna will have them in the notes so you can grab those and you can monkey around with them. A lot of them are free to just try and experiment with. The other thing that's really big is creating video, right? So that's the trend, those short videos, and you're seeing them with all these captions on there. How do you do it? What's some short form to do it? So some secret tools that we use to do this that I'm liking so far, and I'm sure those will change as things evolve. It's kind of like when there was Yahoo and then there was Google, and all of this is so new and changing. So I really like these two apps. One is called CapCut and the other one is called Super Creator. So what's great about these is you can create a video right on the app, or you can upload a video you already have. It'll edit it for you and it'll add the captions for you. All you do is just click a button and it says add caption text and you go, yes. And within literally seconds, it has added all the captions for you.
The other thing it does, it's just so awesome, is it takes out any pauses and actually edits it so that there's no like weird pauses or and but kind of stuff. So it's really awesome.
It's amazing. So I've created a lot of videos lately just by doing that and monkeying around. It's taken me a little longer just to figure it out, but now that I've got it figured out, I think I can just really do a lot more videos that way and make it easier for our social media team to upload and to do that. So I encourage you to check out that CapCut and Super Creator for your videos. So let me give you an example. You could create a video script on a topic using ChatGPT. So let's say you want to talk about the top things you should know when you're publishing and writing a book. So it'll actually create a video script for you, scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, and Super Creator, you can upload the script into Super Creator and it'll actually even create images that go with it and backgrounds for you if you don't want a plain background. So that's kind of the process. Go create your script, get your topic in ChatGPT, upload it to Super Creator, and then you can create the video from there and it does everything. And then you can even post from there. It doesn't do upload like scheduling far out, but it does do it right then. You can do it, or you can go back and upload it from there.
Awesome. Well, you know what I'm thinking right now is, why would like a business owner is probably listening to you and listening to us and saying, what if I haven't ever created video and why do I want to use this tool? Right. So we've always known that video helps people to know, like, and trust you because they can see your face, they can learn about you. And so just the simple task of doing some frequently asked question videos and using these tools we're talking about, you can be getting a lot more customers and clients, and even just awareness of your company or your foundation, or even just like tips in your life. If you don't have a company, if you're just listening to this to learn different things, you can just talk about tips that, you learned that week or whatever you want to talk about on your videos. There's topics about everything, or how to raise a kid. So you can just be using these videos and putting it out on social media and even on your website. And now YouTube has YouTube Shorts. You can put it in all these different places to get more people to know, like, and trust you, and to be able to sell your services, or just to, build awareness and teach and train people.
So, I love that topic, like, what do you talk about? So let me give you a few things that you can write down that you can talk about. Talk about what you or your company does. What services, products, and things do you offer, and explain them? What are those products and services? Talk about what's cool about what you do. Talk about what's sexy about the stuff that you do. What's the biggest mistakes your customers make? What are some of the big claims that you make? What's the best way to do what you do? So, like in publishing, what's the best way to do what we do to make an author a bestseller? Is you want to make sure you have a great cover. You want to make sure you have a great book description. You have the right keywords. You're in the right categories, and you do an awesome book launch and all the things that we do that go with that. So walk through some of those things. You can do your frequently asked questions that you get all those times. Each question can be a video. And then guess what? All that content that you're creating can be turned into a book too. And Jenn made such a good point about staying relevant. Sometimes my son told me to get a Tesla 5 years ago. And I was like, really? I just don't want a Tesla. And not many people had a Tesla. And he's like, Mom, you're getting older. You got to learn technology. Otherwise, you're going to be left behind. I want you to know how to do all this stuff. And I can't tell you, when I would pull up 5 years ago, I remember pulling up to the CVS to get a prescription drug. And for my son, he needed medicine. He was sick for something. And the guy checking me out was like, you have such a cool car. And I was like, really? And it was because I had a Tesla. Nobody had a Tesla then. So I was like, wow. I'm so cool. I'm so hot. I'm so impressed. So it's really staying on the cutting edge. Yes, it's a little more work, but do you want to stay having a flip phone? Or do you want the iPhone? You have to stay, and you're never too old. Jenn, we're talking about, tell them about your grandmother who's in her 90s, right?
Yeah. So in the 90s, my grandmother, she was actually 92 years old. And I went to go visit her for Thanksgiving, and she had a computer, and she was telling me that she was taking computer classes so she could learn how to send an email, because she didn't know how to send an email. I think this was like 1996 or 1998 or something like that. And she was just like learning, and she got a Juno email, and she was learning how to send email. And she was a great letter writer. We used to write letters back and forth. And so then it turned into her sending emails. And so it was so great. I was just thought, wow, like, you're 92 years old and you're taking a computer class at the community school so that you can learn how to send an email. Like, that's just awesome. You got to keep learning and changing. And she had made a point that you have to educate your mind and be learning the new things that are coming out. Because if then that's what keeps you going and keeps your energy going. So that's something that, I plan on getting an electric vehicle too soon. And that will help me to get more on the cutting edge of the technology of vehicles. But there's technology in everything. And if your company isn't innovative and actually learn the new things that happen in that industry, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, Instagram, or Amazon. I mean, Amazon's changing all the time in our company. In the publishing world, we had Amazon author pages that we would put all these videos and pictures and, link to your RSS feed and all these things. Well, Amazon changed that in December. They don't have any of that. So for Amazon.com, I guess it's still available for UK and Canada, but Amazon.com, the author pages don't have pictures and videos anymore. So or our RSS feeds. So we have to learn how to innovate and change, and then optimize what is given to us, because there's a lot of things you can't control in life, but you can control what you learn and how you can educate yourself.
Yeah, I think you have to constantly keep learning and growing. I use that Blockbuster example, right? Netflix came to them, buy us. We want to be partnered with you. And they're like, oh, who's going to stream? No one wants to stream. Like, that's new. I don't know if it's going to catch on. So they stayed the way that they were. They didn't innovate. They didn't move forward, and they died. So you to embrace that and look at it. But not all technology is for you, right? So you have to go through and decide what are the tools that work best for us, what work best for our company, that work best for our employees and for the product and services that we're giving, because it's not a mass fit that you should be using everything. So go through each one and decide what is the best thing for each step of your process that's in there. And it's hard. And you know what? If you want a list of the things that we talked about, just put it in the comments and we'll create a list and then give a link to it that you can get for some of the things that we talked about and some other things that we're using with our tech. And really it's that step of, I call it, you have the macro, right? But what's the micro? What are the micro things that you should be doing and using it? And I'm not going to lie, it's painful. It's painful to switch. It's like, oh, I got to learn. I got to step. Can someone else do it for me? But then once you do it and learn it, then you've got it, right? It's just like, again, going from, that flip phone that did not as many things to the iPhone that gave you so much more, but you had to learn the technology of what buttons to push and how to utilize it. And then it's second nature. It's just like driving a car where it's a stick shift, learning how to shift those gears. And then once you have it, it's second nature for you. So now is a great time. It's huge growth, huge new technology coming to the marketplace. So take that time, slow down and look at all that stuff so you can go fast. I mean, we're even looking at our onboarding process. Okay, so we get a new author, they just signed with us. What happens next? This is what happens next. Now that we've been using for the last couple of years, what should we do now that we have all this new technology? How can we make this streamlined and more efficient for our authors and have them connect with us even more during this process? So we're really microing down to each little step of what we do, how to innovate, have more detailed, be more connected to them, and just use it to their advantage, because we're about serving the client. So look at it from the point of view of not serving your company so much, but how do you serve your client best? How can this new technology serve my client, give them more value by using this technology?
I love that. I think that's awesome. Well, Melanie, tell people where they can go to get more information about you and about our company.
So go to eliteonlinepublishing.com. You can check us out there if you're looking to create a book. And again, if you would like our list of our top 10 that we use for our new AI and that we've been utilizing, and just put yes in the comments, and then we will get that shared with you and put that together for you. So if you have any other questions, let us know and embrace the new technology.
Awesome. Have a wonderful day, everyone.
See you soon. Hey, are you looking to increase your revenue, build credibility, and elevate your brand? This podcast is brought to you by Elite Online Publishing, an innovative publishing and full spectrum marketing company. They will publish and market your book to make it a #1 bestseller. Becoming an author is the best way to market your business. So contact them at eliteonlinepublishing.com today. All of their authors become #1 bestsellers.